Okay, so in today's video, we're going to talk about neutral spine core exercises and how they can help you. So this actually has a wide range of benefits. The neutral spine position is a position within our torso, mostly in this bottom half in the lumbar region. And what we're talking about when we want to go into a neutral spine is we're going to be doing a posterior tilt of the hips. So if I hold my arms out in front, you can see when I let go of this posterior tilt, my lower back arches. So again, when I want to go into this neutral spine position, you can see that my hips are rolling forward, or if you imagine my hips were a bowl of water and I want to make the water dump out of the back side. So if I want to make the water dump out the back, shoot, I need to go like that with my hips. So now this is a neutral spine. So you're creating a flat lower back. Now, many people can benefit from practicing this position and getting strong in this position. So when we're talking about neutral spine core exercises, we're talking about all of the exercise or all of the muscles that make up the quote-unquote core. So not only are we talking about our rectus abdominis, the actual six-pack muscles, we're talking about our transverse abdominis, our internal, our external obliques. We're talking about all the back muscles, the erector muscles that run up your back. So again, when we think core, don't just think the muscles in the front. We're actually training all the muscles all the way around our body. Now, who can benefit from training your neutral spine? People that deal with lower back pain, as myself. I have been dealing with spina bifida occulta my entire life, and I have been to physical therapy. And what I'm going to show you guys today is basically what they showed me in physical therapy. So people with lower back pain can benefit from becoming stronger in this position. People with sciatic issues can benefit from strengthening the muscles in this position along with other muscles. But again, if our core is strong, if that neutral spine position is strong, then you're only going to help benefit yourself that much more and be prepared to go on to the next step. People dealing with scoliosis can benefit from becoming stronger in this position. People that are younger, people that play sports, or people that are in any athletic performance modality can benefit from this. If you want to be able to generate power, you need to make sure that you have a lot of control and a lot of strength within your quote-unquote core. I never really got a full six-pack. I still don't really have a six-pack, but I used to spend hours and hours doing crunches thinking that all of a sudden I'm going to be jacked and I'm going to look like Arnold, and I'm going to get pumped up. So I was spending so many time doing crunches and I never really got the results that I wanted. But it's not until I actually started buckling down and doing these neutral spine core exercises that I've really started to feel strong in my midsection. And again, I'm not just talking about the six-pack, I'm talking about all the muscles that wrap around. Because we have to remember that these muscles kind of wrap and they twist and they come up and they go up the back. It's almost like a corset. And you need to learn how to tighten everything up and stay engaged. So the exercises that I'm going to show you will help benefit all the people that I just mentioned. And it's really simple and easy to do these things. So I'm going to start with the simplest variation. So let's say I would imagine you are somebody who is older, all right? you don't like coming to the ground, but you know that you need to spend some time working on these muscles. Well, we can do this in a seated position, and it would go like this. So right now, you can see that my lower back is extended, so I am not in a neutral spine. So what I would do is I would posteriorly tilt the hips, getting into that neutral spine. When you get into that neutral spine, you're going to feel that engagement in your stomach. Then from here, you might just be feeling enough resistance just to create stimulation if you haven't done this before. Just holding this position for 10 seconds, and then letting go. And then going back into it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then letting go. Let's say you're good at that, you can hold it. Now you need to add a little more resistance. So we would go into that neutral spine, and then we would lift one leg. Let me lift the leg that's closest to you. So now we lift that leg. We're creating a little more external load, and then we can bring the leg down and we can let go of that spine. If we want to make that one a little harder, we go into the neutral spine, lift the leg. Maybe you extend both arms, holding that position. Okay? So that's an example of how you can train your core muscles by sitting. Now I'm going to show you how you can train these muscles by lying on the ground. So these are the actual movements that I learned in physical therapy. So this one is called the bird dog. So I'm going to start by going into that neutral spine. Once again, I'm out of that position. Now I tilt my hips posteriorly, and now I'm in that position. So I feel the flex in the front of my stomach. From here, I'm going to lift one arm and the opposite leg, and I'm going to hold that tension. So notice I'm not trying to keep my arm and my leg straight. Don't worry about that. The only point for lifting the arm in the leg is to just create some external load while you're holding this position, all right? You're going to come down, you're going to let it go. You're going to go back into the neutral spine. Lift the other arm in the opposite leg. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down. Good. So you can repeat this. You can do 10 to 12 repetitions, alternating left and right. And you can do that for 3 sets. Now we want to work the muscles in the opposite direction, having gravity work the other way. So now this time I would lie on my back. This is called the dead bug. So once again, you can see how my spine is extended. I'm going to go into my neutral spine by posteriorly, don't mind the mat, posteriorly rotating the hips. Now I can feel my lower back pressing into the mat. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift one leg, then the other, still holding that lower back against the mat. And now I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders straight up. So I'm not crunching like this. I'm lifting straight up. Now this might be enough. You might be shaking, so you can just hold this position. And then you can come down, give it a rest. Let's say you need a little more. You're going to go. Sorry about the farting sounds. I think we can get over it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get into that neutral spine. I'm going to lift. Now from here, what you could do is you could extend the arms and the legs down and then bring it up. Doing that for anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12 repetitions. Once you're done, Once you're done, you would come back up. So the frequency that you would need to do these things to create adaptation and change is you would need to be doing these exercises 3 to 4 times a week for a solid 3 months. All right, so now I'm going to show you 2 more examples of how we can work the neutral spine. We're going to do one variation with a dumbbell here. All right, so this is a Romanian deadlift. So again, if you are not on the physical therapy, like my back hurts, like let's say everything feels fine and you're watching this video because you're thinking that you're going to get a six-pack. So what you need to understand is by doing these movements, you are going to strengthen the muscles to get a six-pack. But you, on top of that, need to make sure that you are doing movements that are full body movements. Things like crawling around or doing handstands or your typical burpee, things like that. So you need to be working your full body, but you also need to be making sure that you are eating healthy. Nutrition is going to be probably the number one factor if you actually want to slim down, lose some weight, and actually see that six-pack. So I don't want to feel like I'm misleading you, making you think you are going to get a six-pack just by doing these exercises. That's not going to happen. You are going to strengthen the muscles that are the quote-unquote six-pack. That's our rectus abdominis. But you need to do the extra work of, moving around a lot and eating healthy. All right, so you can do this variation with a barbell, or you can do it with dumbbells. It doesn't have to be too heavy of weight, but you can see here that I'm going to go into my neutral spine. Now from here, I'm going to hinge at my hips, and I'm going to let the barbell slide down to my knees. I'm going to come down. Oh, I just hit the wood stove. I'm going to stand up and then let go of that neutral spine. Once again, let me give you this angle. I'm going to go into that pelvic tilt. Boom. Okay, there's the pelvic tilt. I'm going to hinge my hips so that my butt goes back. My weight is transferred to the back of my foot, still keeping some weight in the ball of my foot. I'm coming down and then I'm coming up. Letting go of the neutral spine. Getting back into the neutral spine. Hinging the hips back. The barbell slides down my thighs to my knees. Then it drops straight in front of my shins. As I stand up, I bring my hips forward. Boom. One more time. Back into that neutral spine. Hip hinge back. Barbell slides down to the knees. Right in front of the shins. I exhale as I come up. Boom. So, what you're really doing is you're training how to hold that neutral spine while you're lifting the weight, while you're lifting that external load. Because again, this is how we create change with our muscles and with the white tissue in our body. We need to put some sort of external load on it. Okay, and last but not least, working the neutral spine from a hanging position. So this is a passive hang position where my shoulders are elevated up towards my ears. Right now, I am not in my neutral spine. My back is arched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, once again, do that posterior tilt of the hips. And now I can feel that I'm in that neutral spine position. So this, once again, is another way that we can work our neutral spine from a different angle. Be sure to watch the videos that are on the screen right now to learn more ways to incorporate movement or exercise into your life. As always, I am Mini Movement Man saying be kind to one another and move well. Peace.